Hello everyone, you all are welcome to this lovely channel Astropinacia. I'm your friend, astrologer, palmist, Vastu expert Shivam. So today we are going to talk about this very special full moon. Full moon coming into the sign of Leo and the nakshatra of Magha. Now the Magha Purnima or the full moon in Magha nakshatra is a time when you can start something new, something fresh. It's a very auspicious time. Magha is the nakshatra of royalty, is the nakshatra of authority, and it is ruled by Ketu. So it is a time when you have to let go all your doubts, fears, and anxiety. You have to be in your strong spirit because it's a sign of Leo denoting authority, denoting control, and also it is ruling your heart chakra. So you have to be open with your heart in this time period. Since this moon is opposite Saturn, Mercury, and Sun, so this is a combination. This is a time when you might feel restricted in certain spheres of your life, when you might feel that I need to put in something more. And by doing meditation, prayers, in this time period, you can grow your abundance and you can become the best version of yourself in this time period. Right, my lovely audience? And most importantly, the Lord of this nakshatra is placing in the very second sign, that is a sign of Virgo, which is again an auspicious indication that the manifestations related to wealth and money will give you best of the best fruits, right? And this full moon means differently for each one of the signs, starting from the fire sign till the sign of water sign people. And Leo is a sign of authority, is a sign denoting your open-heartedness, and most importantly it's a sign of being courageous. So you have to be in your courageous spirit in this time period. And now I'm going to start with each one of the signs, starting from the fire sign people. Now what are the fire sign? The sign of Aries, the sign of Leo, and the sign of Sagittarius. This is a time when you are the most influenced or affected through this time period. Jupiter is giving you a beautiful aspect to the moon. So this is a time when you can focus on learning new things. This is a time when you can grow your talents. And most importantly, prayers, meditation related to wealth and abundance will give you lovely fruits in this time period. Your house of profession is also very active in this time period. So definitely some good news is coming to you on the professional front. And you have to be strong and you have to be determined in whatever things you want to do, because Mars is giving you a lot of strength in this time period, because Mars is directly placing in the second house, sixth house, and the 10th house, is strengthening up your personality, is also making you very energetic. Moon is opening up your doors on the aspect of spirituality, and also moon is opening up your mind and helping you to understand things in a more better manner. And most importantly, with this beautiful aspect of Jupiter, it's almost creating like a Gaj Kesari yoga. So this is again a very good sign, because in the trine of Dharma, Jupiter and aspecting the moon, it behaves really well. It is a very auspicious time for you people. So you can initiate your things in this time period, because even in the D9 chart, Jupiter is placing with Ketu, and this is a great time to initiate your things. And definitely on the front of on the matters of love, there have been a lot of confusions, lot of mix match in the things, and you can also have aggressive exchanges at times. So you have to mellow it down with right kind of discussion and with your own sense of awareness. That will help you to balance your relationship in this time period, my lovely fire sign people. Now next we're going to talk about the earth sign people. Now what are the earth sign? The sign of Taurus. the sign of Virgo, and the sign of Capricorn. For all these three signs, this is a time when you have to focus your energy on letting it go. Right? You have to focus on the Ketu aspect of this nakshatra. You have to focus on just letting it go. And by letting it go, all your negative habits, all your procrastinations, all the things that you have been delaying for long, even your bad habits, right? This is a time to leave all of them. And in this time period, you have to spend more time with your family members, with your loved ones. You have to go for a kind of a retreat or experiencing new things that will help you to become the best version of yourself. And definitely, if you are looking to buy a vehicle, a car, or something related to your interiors, you can do that in this time period. But one thing, remember that some of you might end up spending too much. If it is something that you require in this time period, most welcome, you can go for it. And if you feel that it's not that urgent, you can avoid it in this time period, right? Because your 12th house is also getting very active. But yes, one good thing, that money coming from unexpected places, money coming from things that you never thought of, it will come. So this is a time to utilize the energy in this time period, harnessing. And yes, you have to be a bit secretive about your relationship, about your money, about your things in this time period. You do not have to be very public about your things in this time, and that will help you to grow. All my earth sign people I am talking about, please, no personal questions will be entertained right now. So you have to work in such a manner, and praying to goddess Durga will relieve you of your anxieties and mental tensions in this time period. Even the mantra which I've talked about in my reels, you can chant that mantra, Om Sham Shambhavaya Namaha. That will be very helpful to you people. Best of luck. Now next I'm going to talk about the air sign people. What are the air signs? The sign of Gemini, the sign of Libra, and the sign of your Aquarius. For all these three signs, this is a time when you have to focus on your relationship, when you have to be loving towards the people who are around you, and you can also become emotional about them, right? Because the moon is coming out of the Gandanta, so you might feel a bit of emotional stress at times, or you might feel agitated because of the placement of Mars the way it is. So Mars has been troubling you a lot in this time period. And yes, this is a time when you have to focus on love and real-time nurture. This is a good time to grow your public profile, to focus on marketing, to focus on digital marketing, to focus on making content, right? And also your social circle is going to grow in this time period. So you have to manifest multiplication, you have to manifest growth in your things, you have to manifest as if you are becoming abundant in your spirit, right? And I would say that this is also a time when you have to be soft in your communication with your loved ones, when you have to be very gentle at treating them. I know that family life has been tough for you in this time period because of the Ketu aspecting all the three houses, 4th, 8th and 12th. So it has been more like a aloof kind of a situation, that just let it be, I want to be in my own space, right? But you have to make others and people around you pretty comfortable, right? You have to make them feel that you are there for them. And this is how what you have been experiencing all the way, you will release that kind of energy, right? It is only by giving that we get the things, right? So once you are giving love, affection, and belongingness to people around you, it will come back to you in all the different ways, right? Even if they have been rude to you, rough to you, no problem, right? But we are not going to, you know, we are going to focus on the good. We are not going to change our nature, right? So this is what you people have been experiencing in this time period. Now next I'm going to talk about the water sign people. And my lovely audience, if you're liking this video, share this video with your loved ones, near and dear ones. So for the water sign people, the sign of Cancer, sign of Scorpio, and the sign of Pisces, for all these three signs, this is a time when you have to focus your energy on staying abundant. This is a time when you have to align your mind towards setting yourself in a good routine, in a right frame of mind. And you have to chant positive about yourself, about your family, about your loved ones. All my water sign people I'm talking about. And definitely, there has been some intense energy when it comes to your relationship. You have been feeling lot aggrieved, aggressive, or irritated at times in your relationship. But this is a time when you have to maintain your calmness. This is a time when you have to keep your mind very aligned. Since Rahu is troubling you, there are multiple thoughts coming in your mind, right? Making you feel anxious, irritated, or out of the place. But this is a time when you have to keep your mind very aligned. That, hey, I belong here. You might feel a kind of an identity crisis in this time period. But do not let yourself sink in such kind of a situation in this time period, right? That is not right for you. With your loved ones, you have to be a bit diplomatic. You have to use a carrot and a stick approach, right? So at times you have to be, tough and setting boundaries, and at times you have to be loving and gentle, right? This is not a good time to sign contracts or to enter into new agreements, or even for that matter, start anything fresh in this time period, right? So you can avoid such activities. But yes, it is a good time to manifest abundance. It is a good time to, spend more time with your family. It is a good time to set things in order at your workplace, right? So work will favor you a lot in this time period. And definitely people doing counseling related work, teaching related work, or anything relating to banking sector, you are going to grow in this time period. Or rotation of finance, you are going to grow in this time period, my lovely water sign people I am talking about. So now I'm going to start with each one of the signs, starting with the sign of Aries. This is a time when you have to focus your energy into meditating, when you have to open up your heart chakra, and most importantly, you have to trust yourself in this time period. You have to just let it go, all your anxieties and doubts. And most importantly, Magha is the nakshatra of royalty. Magha is the nakshatra of Pitris, your ancestors. So lighting up a candle in the name of your ancestors, right? Because moon is placing in the fifth. Fifth is ninth from the ninth house, your grandfather, the elders of your family, right? So ninth is the father, ninth from ninth is the grandfather, which comes fifth, right? So honoring your ancestors, donating in their name for next few days will bring you good luck. And most importantly, applying haldi or turmeric on your body or on your forehead will give you a lot of strength in this time period, as the Jupiter is placing very strong in the first house. It will improve your things. Definitely on the career front, you have to show your willpower, you have to show your strength, and even you are going to help your partner grow in this time period. And yes, there can be arguments, there can be utter confusions at times, because the Lord of the 7th house is placing along with Mars. So, very passionate energy moving, right? Sometimes it's like, fire and passion. Sometimes it's like, fire is creating arguments, right? So if this is happening, so keep some sweet or sugar in your mouth while talking to your partner or your loved ones, and it will improve the situation for you. And specifically focusing on your heart chakra and chanting the mantra of Om Yam Om, Om Yam Om, Om Yam Om, YUM Yam, Om Yam Om will relieve you of all your anxieties, right? So chanting this mantra. Now next I'm going to talk about the sign of Taurus. For the sign of Taurus, this is a time when you have to focus your energy on family, on relaxation, on sinking yourself into extracurricular activities like good music, relaxation, and most importantly being one with yourself. Since the lord of this sign, Venus, is placing strong in the ninth house, so you can focus on your learning, on growing your spiritual aspect in this time period. And definitely there has been a lot of proposals coming on your work front, right? But nothing has been working with that kind of speed and that kind of energy, and you're feeling confused in that time period. So I would suggest you that give yourself some time to take up any kind of proposals or to take up any kind of work. The way your Jupiter is placing, avoid spending too much money for next few days, or I would say that 2-3 months. There can be hefty expenditures coming your way, right? Mark my words, for the Taurus sign people, there are hefty expenditures coming your way. And this full moon, you have to feel abundant at your place, abundant at your house in this time period, right? Because it's the fourth house. People working into the real estate, people working in the any kind of entertainment industry, this is a good time for you to grow, right? And definitely your creative skills and your skills in public are gonna improve in this time period. My lovely sign of Taurus I'm talking about. So best of luck to you. Next I'm going to talk about the sign of Gemini. For the sign of Gemini, this is a time when you have to focus on your throat chakra, when you have to communicate your things, when you have to communicate your love with your siblings, when you have to communicate the things with your near and dear ones, and most importantly you have to control your anger, aggression. Avoid wearing red in this time period, my lovely sign of Gemini, right? That can fuel your pump heart like anything, right? Feeling all the time aggressive, irritated at times. Most importantly, you have been worrying or planning about work too much because the way the Rahu is placing in the 10th house, constantly thinking about work and planning down the things, right? Planning does not help anything. Moon Jupiter combination is a beautiful combination to grow your friend circle. This is a good time when people will be supportive to you. They will help you, and most importantly, they will give you more and more ways to grow. And even in the matters of love, the lord of this house is placing in the house of multiplication. So by being loving and honoring to your partner, you are going to grow your wealth in this time period. My lovely sign of Gemini I am talking about. And the aspect of Jupiter on moon is going to create a very auspicious combination. Since Venus and Mars are placing in the 8th house, and the way the Ketu is placing, the way the Ketu is placing in this time period, you have to avoid consuming too much of spicy food or things which make the body dry out, right? So take more water, consume more liquids, and that is going to make you feel more fresh and happy. The lord of this house, Mercury, is placing at its strength. So communicate, talk, and improve your situation in this time period. My lovely sign of Gemini I'm talking about. Yes, sleep has been a disturbance for you from last few months, and the situation is going to get better in next few days. It has improved as the Rahu has come out of its Gandanta position, and it will improve more in the coming days. So best of luck to you people. God bless you. Now next I'm going to talk about the sign of Cancer, the lovely sign of Cancer. For the Cancer rising moon sign people, this is a time when you have to focus on awakening your mind. This is a time when you have to put your energy into family, into your loved ones, and speaking positively and filling everyone with, filling everyone with optimism, right? You have to put positive words in others, right? And when we are doing positive for others, positive things come to us, and we have to remember it, right? At all costs, we have to protect our good side. And most importantly, since Mars and Venus combination is placing in the 7th house, so you might experience a bit of confusions at times with the your partner, or you might get confused and confusing signals from your partner, which can be a cause of feeling disassociated, or feeling as if nothing is going in the right direction. And yes, I will talk about even the Scorpio and feeling disassociated or disconnected with your things. But I tell you that with your good behavior and right kind of mindset, you can change the things around you. Since Mercury, Sun and Saturn, they are giving you a lot of strength in the 8th house. They're giving you troubles, they're giving you strength. So we have to focus on the strength part of things, because Saturn in the 8th house, a house of death, house of transformation, house of very strong karma, is also making your personality strong, right? So you have to be firm in this time period. You have to show your self-belief in this time, right? And the things will move in your favor. Definitely it will move in your favor. There's no doubt about it. And Mars and Venus placing in the public house, being the lord of the 4th house. So there is another good news. If you wish to buy some property, if you wish to buy a home, this is going to be a very good time for you next 20 days. And there are chances that you might get a gift from your partner, or you might get a good treat, something good, or you will offer your partner, right? Something of that sort. And yes, for public profession, it's a good combination. You are going to come in the limelight in this time period, right? So focus on it. Thank you. And next I'm going to talk about the Leo sign people. So for the sign of Leo, this is a time when you might feel emotional in certain aspects of your life, when you might feel as if you are a bit wavery. And this is a time for you to grow emotionally. This is a time when you have to get into your strong spirit. This is a time when you have to respect your ancestors, your Pitrus, your elders, right? And most importantly, if you are feeling, occupied with the things of the past, memories of the past, or even childhood, this is a time to just let it go, right? You have to just let it go, all the things around you. Since the Lord of this house is placing in the 7th house, rising Lord placing in the 7th house along with Mercury and Saturn, your ability to solve the troubles or issues will be very strong. And this is a time when Jupiter is giving a beautiful aspect on this moon, right? So with this Jupiter in Bharani and moon in this sign of Leo, yes, it's 11/11 in India, right? So you all can make a wish, a lovely wish. So this is a time with Jupiter looking at this moon, creating an auspicious Gaj Kesari Yoga kind of a combination, not completely. So this is the time when your habits, when your character, when your behavior, when your righteousness will decide your path for life, right? It will put you on the path of progress simply by taking milk bath, putting up water under the moonlight, and then taking a bath. It will help you to get rid of your emotional troubles, your family troubles, and will put you in a very strong spirit, my lovely sign of Leo. And it's not a time to overthink. It's more of a time to be action oriented. You have to set your routine right. You have to come out of your shell. Now it is the time, my lovely sign of Leo, that you have to come out of your shell. You cannot just curse the situation. Now you have to come out of your shell and you have to be yourself in this time period, right? And that is how you are going to grow in this time period. And that is how you are going to realize your true potential. My lovely, lovely sign of Leo. And one good remedy you can do in this time period is listening to Vishnu Sahasranama, 1000 name of Lord Vishnu. That will strengthen you up. Do it for next 21 days. And see a difference in your money, in your finances, in your growth in your life. Right? So best of luck to the Leo rising moon sign people. Now next I'm going to talk about the sign of Virgo. For the sign of Virgo, this is a time when you have to put your energy into relaxation, when you have to put your energy into just letting it go. Counseling, teaching, and learning experiencing your hidden talents. And 12th house is a house, 4th from the 9th house. So it is also a time when you can visit your parents' home, your father's home. This is a time when you can go out to a retreat, right? And most importantly, this is a time when you have to be with yourself, right? With your inner self. You might have this in mind that I need to spend more time with myself, right? That is right. But K2 has been causing you utter confusions in life. You are not able to understand that in what direction to move in this time period. And I would suggest that just surrender in this time period. Surrendering is the best way to find the right path. And by surrender and rendering your faith, the path will start to appear for you. My lovely sign of Virgo I'm talking about. And the Lord of the sign, Mercury, is placing along with Saturn and Sun. So you have been doing a lot of hustling. You have been doing a lot of, trials onto different things. But I tell you that setting a right kind of routine, setting a right kind of habits will help you. On the relationship front, there have been certain confusions. There have been certain, disturbances, or you are worried about certain aspects of your life, right? Which are going to cause you you might stay emotionally overwhelmed because of it. And I would suggest you that not to focus on these things. Give yourself some time to grow, time to learn, time to experience new things. My lovely sign of Virgo I'm talking about. And most importantly, in this time, you have to focus on your health. So avoid consuming too much fatty foods or the foods which may affect your liver. So avoid having, red meat, avoid consuming too much liquor or having bad food habits. Avoid it in this time period for at least next 1.5-2 months and see a difference in your body, right? So best of luck to the Virgo sign people. Now next I'm going to talk about the sign of Libra. For the sign of Libra, this is a time, oh boy, it's a good time for you. This is a time when you have to put in your energy in your social circle, talking to people, and most importantly you have to stay optimistic in the public, right? No matter if your house is like a war zone, you have to behave in a very optimistic manner outside with people. And yes, your public house is active. People into showbiz business, people into jewelry business, people into working as TV presenters or on social media, it is a good time for you to grow. One thing is for sure, I have told it n number of times according to your moon sign and your rising sign, right? So, and you have to make it a point that in this time period that you have to be more public, open, communicative with others. You have to, be on like a counselor, like a guide, and more like a presenter, and that will help you. Most importantly, your connections will work in this time period, and people are going to favor you in this time period. And definitely, with the placement of Venus coming into the fourth house along with Mars, is increasing your pleasures, right? Yes, you heard it right. Is increasing your pleasures of life. And even the Lord of the seventh house, Mars, is placing 10th. So again, it's a very good sign, right? And Mars Venus coming together, so there will be a lot of passion in your love in this time period, right? And you might encounter more than one person in your life in this time period, and I would say that multiplicity can be a trouble later on, but you will be a center of attraction in this time period. So use this energy for your good, for setting up your career, for growing your path, and to align your life in this time period for next 14 days. And on the front of your talents, you are feeling a bit blocked, confused with different ideas, and if you are learning or into education or studying something, your you won't be able to realize your potentials, right? Simply by wearing a bracelet, a silver bracelet on your left wrist, right? It will activate your luck, learning, and your talents in this time period. And I have already told the remedies in my reel, so you can watch that reel to know more about the remedies. And definitely it's a better time for the Leo, for the Libra sign people. So best of luck to you. Now next I'm going to talk about the sign of Scorpio. For the sign of Scorpio, this is a time when your profession will grow, when you will have some kind of recognition coming your way, right? Or your family will put in words of appreciation towards you, right? Because Moon, being the lord of the house of luck, is coming into your 10th house, right? It's a very good combination. So manifesting as if, even if you might be of any profession, do the simple manifestation. If you are working in a company as a manager, feeling yourself going for like on a TED talk or a very special talk in the public, and everyone applauding you, right? And everyone appreciating you. Or if you are into any kind of profession, any kind, you feeling yourself sitting on a royal throne, or your seat or the chair, your office chair, getting very royal, very stylish, or everything getting very grand, because Magha means grand, right? And it's coming in the 10th house, your workplace, your place of recognition, right? So you can manifest it in this way to have the best influence of this full moon in for the sign of Scorpio I'm talking about. Right, you have to imagine, you have to feel it totally. That is called manifestation, right? And everything starts with a thought, even in life, right? That's altogether a big discussion, right? Everything starts with a thought, and pessimistic people do not achieve anything in life, right? It doesn't automatically happen. It happens automatically, but you have to generate it at times, right? So, for the sign of Scorpio, your rising lord is placing very strong. So you can be a go-getter in this time period. Be a go-getter. Plan down your things. Structure it down. Your things will work in your favor. Your talents will come out in the public because Mars and Venus are placing together in the third house. So you might get a good break in your work. Or if you're finding something or some kind of direction, this could be a good opportunity that you might get your direction in this time period. And yes, people have been good, well with you, and even cold with you at times. But the Ketu is telling me that people have been consistent with you. So focus on the people who have been consistent with you, and definitely you are going to grow in this time period, sign of Scorpio, right? So best of luck to you people. Next, I'm going to talk about the sign of Sagittarius. For the sign of Sagittarius, this is a time when you have to focus on meditation, when you have to focus on praying to Lord Shiva. And most importantly, some new kind of learning is coming your way. And yes, 5th house, 9th house combination getting very beautiful. So, it's a combination when your luck will favor you. It's a combination when you have to trust your talents. It is a combination when you have to pay your respect to your gurus, to your teachers, to all the wise men around you. If you are obeying to them, if you are having a sense of respect to them, that positive energy will automatically flow to you, right? You might not get my things, what I'm saying, very easily, but what I'm saying is true. When you are having a devotion, your love towards them, the energy, the prana, the light automatically flows to you, right? And you become the best version of yourself, right? With Mars and Venus placing in the second house makes a person at times, I'm doing it for Sagittarius, Mars and Venus placing in the second house will make you at times aggressive with your speech. People might feel that you are, feeling aggrieved, and you have been feeling quite a lot of blockages in your professional sphere, right? Or you might feel as if have a sense of insecurity. What is for you will stay for you. You cannot hold the things. You have to learn it. You have to learn the art of letting it go, right? Why this word letting it go is coming again and again? Because it's a nakshatra ruled by Ketu. Ketu is a planet of deep spirituality, letting it go, or it will create such tough situations in the life that one has to just let it go at last. So for the Sagittarius rising moon sign people, it's a time when you have to trust your journey. And I would say that by taking the name of Lord Shiva, and yes, traveling will bring new luck and growth for you. If you're going to travel, if you're going to experience new things, it will bring in new luck and growth for you people. So best of luck to the sign of Sagittarius. And next I'm going to talk about the sign of Capricorn. For the sign of Capricorn, this is a time when you have to leave behind all your fears and phobias. This is a time when you have to just be yourself. Thank you so much. When you have to just be yourself. And most importantly, since it is coming in your 8th house, you know, anxieties of your past can come up again, or you might feel that in certain aspects that you're lacking a lot, right? And you have to overcome all those things through your sheer willpower, because Mars and Venus combination is placing very well in the first house. So you have to show your strong side, you have to show your masculine side in this time period. That will help you to keep your mind right. You have to stay smiling for next 2 weeks, right? You have to laugh a lot early on in the morning. That will help you to keep up your spirits very high, right? And most importantly, with your partner also might feel very emotional or anxious at times, or they might create, anxiety to you. So for this, you have to deal with them in a very softer and a very subtle tone. And by doing so, you will diffuse all the negative situation and you will put things in the right order. My lovely, lovely sign of Capricorn I'm talking about. And you will put things in the right order. And it's important to leave the energy of the past. Once you leave your old self, you are going to transform into your new version, and that's very important for you, my lovely sign of Capricorn. That's very important for you, because this is a time, this is a moment of transformation. You have to manifest that I am getting new and renewed every time, and I'm not the same. I'm becoming a better version, becoming a more aware version of my own self. And by doing these kind of manifestation, this you will overcome the fears, struggles of this 8th house moon. Hello Arka, hello. And again, honoring your Pitrus. And even in this time period, if your father had a wish unfulfilled, or any of your ancestor, do that kind of donation, do fulfill that kind of wish, right? And see your things moving in this time like fire, right? Because the way the moon is placing 12th from the 9th house, right? So you have to put that kind of energy into your things, my lovely sign of Capricorn. Because Capricorn sign people, you are already very focused. You keep yourself very, limited to the things. And with Sun and Mercury coming by, so there have been a lot of confusions in the mind. But I tell you, things are only getting better for you, right? Now you are coming out of your shell and things are moving better for you. So best of luck to the sign of Capricorn. Now next I'm going to talk about the sign of Aquarius. For the sign of Aquarius, this is a time when you have to focus on your loved ones. This is a time when you might feel emotional about your dear and near ones. And I tell you that it is also a time when you will align with others, and you might overdo it. You might help others too much. And that can create, either some kind of financial loss to you, or some kind of blockage of money. So avoid giving money or debt to others in this time period, and even avoid taking debt in this time. That can also be a trouble. And most importantly, since the lord of this moon is the lord of your 6th house, placing in the 7th, so again it's a good combination. when you will set, when you're setting your routine right, or when you will set your health right, things will move in your favor. And in the public, you have to be very soft, you have to be well communicative with others. Now Mercury coming into the sign of Aquarius along with Sun and Saturn is giving you wonderful ideas. People working in technology sector, people working in, you know, solar industry or any kind of industry related to power generation, you are going to grow in this time period. Rahu placing in the second house can definitely increase your consumption of smoking or any kind of intoxication, which you have to avoid at all cost, right? My lovely sign of Aquarius I'm talking about. And yes, spending more time with your partner, or you can go out for a lovely candlelight dinner. That will be good. Because anyhow, the Venus placing in the 12th house is asking you to spend some money on the partner. My lovely sign of Aquarius. And on the work front, things will grow for you. And since Mars is placing third from being the lord of the 10th house, so you will have to put in efforts. You have to be very, strong minded. You will have to put in efforts to get your things streamlined in this time period. And I would say that even the ones having their work and profession abroad or to different places, your work will grow in this time period. And even Ketu aspecting this Mars, people working into as programmers, into any kind of startup, there is a chance of your growth, or your finance or your money might grow, or you might get a good opportunity related to your work. So best of luck to you. Now at last I'm going to talk about the sign of Pisces. For the Pisces rising and moon sign people, this is a time when you have to, have a mind of helping and supporting others. When you have to keep in mind that I am going to leave all my bad habits and focus on the right things, because the sixth house is getting activated and being the lord of the fifth house. So this is a time when your talents will only grow when you give it a right kind of environment. So you have to work on your habits first, you have to work on your things first, and your profession, your work will automatically grow. Jupiter is giving a beautiful aspect to this moon, so you have to make, or you have to chant, or you have to say positive affirmations related to abundance, growth and prosperity. And this combination is also indicating that you are going to move the things in your favor only and only if you are setting yourself into a right kind of routine, right kind of habits. And especially Pisces sign is ruled by Jupiter, and Jupiter is strongly aspected this moon. It is a very auspicious combination, indicating that once you overcome your doubts, your fears, things will work in your favor. You can catch certain allergies or cold in this time period if you are experiencing so, or if you're feeling as if your body is getting weak, or it's you're not able to get it, that what kind of trouble you are going through. Chanting the Mahamrityunjay mantra will help you to get rid of your health issues in this time period. And as I can see that you have been carrying a lot of pressure of the things of the past, because 12th house is having a lot of planets, Sun, Saturn, Mercury, and I would say that leave the past behind. and by leaving the past behind, be the best version of yourself. And Rahu, staying very active, is also keeping you mentally anxious at times. So during the night time, you can also chant the mantra of Lord Bhairav, right? Om Bham Bhairavaya Namaha. Om Bham Bhairavaya Namaha. That will put your mind, emotions in the right order. And yes, there have been some differences at times with your partner in your communication, which has been a cause of trouble in the past. So, navigating through those differences, and if you wish to travel or to move out for some time period, this is a good time to look into it, right? So this was my analysis about this full moon coming into the sign of Leo and the nakshatra of Magha, denoting royalty, denoting abundance and your authority. And Magha is about grandness. So use this opportunity to make your life grand and abundant. And it's a good time if you want to start anything new with the construction, with your things, or if you want to buy anything new, it's a good time for you people. So best of luck to all of you and take care of yourself. And now I'll be saving this video. Please share this video with your near and dear ones. So take care of yourself. Bye bye.